When it comes to creating our websites, oftentimes we need to list out items. So we do have an option here. So if we had one and we wanted to have a bunch of different items listed, we could do it as paragraphs. But the thing is, they're not really paragraphs. So we could have 1, 2, 3, and so on. So if we want to make a list like this, I mean, this looks okay, but we typically want to have it within a list format. And actually creating it in a list format, this is going to make it more compliant with screen readers and provide more accessibility to your applications, to your websites. So instead of listing it out in paragraphs, we have what's called lists. So we can do an ordered list. So that's representative of OL. And then again, closing tags, so opening, closing, OLs. I make this a bit bigger so that we can see it better. So we've got opening and closing OLs, and then within each ordered list, we have a list item. So we've got 1, closing that off, and then the next one would be 2 and 3. So I'm just going to update those, 2 and 3. And we see that when we save it, then we do have our listing here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to tidy this up a little bit so it's a little bit better, more visible. So we see the format is way better, and we can immediately tell that these are all tied together under one list. So besides unordered lists, besides ordered lists, we also have what's called an unordered list. So we can see that we can use these bullet points and so on. We can also specify where we're starting with. So we can start it at 5 if we want, 6, 7, and so on. So there's a bunch of options here. There's also, when we're listing out, we can list out type as well. So if we want to do it with letters, or if we want to do it uppercase. So there's a lot of different options for ordered lists. We can also specify it within Roman numerals, and I believe we also can do it uppercase Roman numerals. So with ordered lists, there are a lot of different types. With unordered lists, we've got these bullet point types. So they're not as much for a sequential list, but they're more for a bunch of points that you might want to list out on your website. And these are also used commonly, unordered lists are commonly used when we create our navigation menus. And the reason for this is that it's really nice and readable within your HTML page. So it gets nicely presented and it's easy to read that format. And this is one of the reasons why you commonly see whenever we've got some menu items that we do them within list items or list format, and we use CSS to actually reformat and make it look different. And this is where CSS is going to come in. That's going to give us the capability of grabbing these list items and transforming the way that they're getting represented. And also, we also have the option here within the different lists to continue adding a bunch of different list items, and as we can see, we can remove them away and ordered list will automatically adjust to that. So 5, 6, I can bring that back down to the default to numeric, or I could do it as a lettered list and so on. So we can see that it automatically adjusts and it fits the next one immediately in place as well. So a lot of really good options with ordered lists and as well as unordered lists.